Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 2 in our Oceanblock series. I had started to record doing a few things, and my wonderful cat Max, who needs to be the center of my attention, decided to hop up onto my desk and landed on my keyboard, and it crashed my recording software. So, I have a few things that I've already done that I can't go back to show you again, but most of it was just accepting some quests or some rewards in the quest book, and we made some cast iron. So I'll still show you how that works. The big reward that we got that was super exciting, I didn't even notice it when it happened, is I got 64 redstone clusters as a random reward. That is crazy, because that'll give us a ton of redstone, which is a huge jump start. I haven't even started processing dust to get redstone yet, and there we go, we have a ton of it. That's huge. But what we're working on is getting cast iron so that we can make a tempered jar. I actually had made it and set up the whole thing, and then in my frustration, I was breaking it. I didn't realize my pick was broken, and when I broke the tempered jar, it broke and didn't come back. So we gotta make a new one, which is fine, because I need to show you how to make it anyway. So, we already made the regular glass jar, we have our chest that we need for the setup, and we have the cast iron tubes. So all we need are 7 tempered glass panes. And so to make glass panes, all you do is do campfire cooking, which means you put glass panes on the campfire and you wait a couple of minutes, and then they will pop off as tempered glass panes. I've made all the parts I need to make our new tempered glass jar, which is just 7 of these. I actually made 1 extra. It can go. And then you put a cast iron tube across the top. So, the way the tempered glass jar setup works for what we're doing right now, you put the tempered jar on top of the campfire. Oh. There's a glass pane on top of the campfire. So then, for what we need, we're going to put the regular jar here. We're going to put a chest here. And then we're going to take the cast iron tubes. And we're going to connect it across the top. In the chest goes our cobblestone. And in here, you can search for the recipe that you want. And we are going to make some lava. So when you do this recipe, it takes, with the current heat setup, it takes 2 minutes and 8 seconds. It takes cobblestone out of here, it processes it, and it puts it into the glass jar where we'll be able to grab our lava in a bucket. And what we need the lava for, do I have a bucket somewhere? Maybe I don't. Oh, that's right, I was using a clay bucket, and I used it up in the pump recipe. Okay. So what we need that for is for our smeltery. So we have a seared tank here, which we can use to replace this heater. And the reason that we need to replace that is because we are going to turn that heater into something else. This is still processing. Okay. So the biggest part of our smeltery, so let's go to Tinker's and look up Smeltery, is the controller. And so the heater that we just replaced needs to be covered in copper. And so I technically don't have to have the... In fact, let's do it the other way, just so that we can demonstrate how you would do it if you didn't use the seared tank. You just leave the heater on. We need 4 copper ingots, which I've already gotten prepared. And then once they're melted, you can remove the heater. The melter still holds the fluid and it's ready to go. You take the heater, you put it in the basin, and you pour the copper over it. And there we go. We got our controller. So the components that we need are the controller, the fuel tank. We're going to recover the faucets and the basin and the casting table from this setup so that we're not wasting anything that we don't have to. The seared melter will actually recover by melting it back down into seared brick once we get the smeltery up. So I've gone ahead and made some seared brick. Another component that we need is the drain so that we can connect our faucets. And then I'm going to take all 44 of these and turn them into seared bricks, because I want our smeltery to be over here. So I want to do think about this. For now, I think I'm just going to do a 2x2 smeltery. We'll expand it later when we have a little more resources. But so we're going to do that. We're going to take 2 of these across. I want to put the seared tank down on this side so that I can put the lava automation underneath later. We'll put the drain. Actually, let's do another block down, and we'll put the drain above that. That's perfect. So then we need to get brick here and here. Let's do just temporarily, because I'm a little low on seared bricks. I'm going to put the drain. Well, let me clean all this stuff up here in a minute. Trying to get this part done. Okay, so let's just grab the drain and we'll put it down on this level. And then I will put 2 more seared bricks across the back. And then instead of a brick here, we'll put the controller. I want to put it up higher for more ease of use later, but for now this will do the job. And then what we need to do is put the faucets on here, and we will put our casting table here. Oh, not there. We'll put our casting table here, and our casting basin here. And the only reason that I am that waterlogged, didn't even know that was a thing. That's interesting. But anyway, so now the only reason I want to make so the smeltery is together is so that while I'm making more grout, I'm actually using the smeltery, because it will double the seared brick I get from the grout. So now our lava has finished here, so we can grab our bucket of lava and put that in our tank, and our smeltery will start doing its work. And so I'm going to take all this grout that I have and turn it into seared brick. Ooh, phantoms are coming. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them. They're not going to let me sleep. Well, I was not paying attention, and I did not sleep for a few days. This is going to be rough. No, they're still not going to let me do it. Oh my goodness. I have a better weapon here. Any weapon. I have no armor. I have very poor weaponry. And I have 4 phantoms that want to murder me. Yes. Take that. Oh. Oh, that's my own fault. I learned my lesson. Time to sleep. Okay. So I'm gonna take all this grout and I'm going to turn it into seared brick so I can make this smeltery bigger and a little more well designed, so that we can use this smeltery for a little while here for ore doubling. So the main reason we got it is that iron clusters in a melter gave us 1 ingot, 3 nuggets, and now these 3 clusters will give us 6 ingots, and it'll be a double process. So for the time being, that's how we're going to double our ores, which is great. I have made the smeltery halfway as tall as I want it to be. This smeltery is 4x4 on the inside, which means each layer inside the smeltery holds 16 blocks. So right now, I have 32 spots to put items into the smeltery. I want to go 2 layers taller because my goal is to make it so that I can just take a stack of whatever I want, throw it in, and walk away. For now, I took the hopper off of our sluice and put it there so I can feed items in. But I've run out of grout. So the first thing, to make grout, I need clay, I need gravel, and I need sand. And so the first thing I need to do is get clay sorted out. So I built this little system up. We'd already made the drippers earlier. And so the way drippers work, see if I can demonstrate this, is that you put water into the dripper. You can see right now it says 3,550 out of 4,000. And so you need to refill them periodically. So what I did is I put an infinite water pool above the drippers. And then I have these trap doors here to hold the water back, because I thought it looked pretty cool. And then you can just walk across here and you can grab water, and then you can put the water in and just fill them all up. And then you put the water down and you're done. Pretty simple. So then the water will drip out of the drippers onto the blocks underneath and slowly convert them. To make clay, you just take dirt and place it down. And you can see this one's already been converted. Oh, that one just converted right in front of us. And so it's a random chance of whether it converts. Sometimes it's really quick, sometimes it takes a while. But that's how we're going to get clay. The next thing we need to do is work on gravel. So there is a way to make gravel from cobblestone, obviously. And to make infinite cobblestone, you could use the tempered jars. There's a recipe where you put water in, you put lava in, and then you get cobblestone out. It's not undoable. Could be done. But there's a much easier way. And that involves a cobblestone generator. And so the cobblestone generator, the first tier, just uses logs, compressed cobblestone, lava, water, and glass. So I got all that stuff together, and here we go. We're making the CobbleGen Tier 1. CobbleGen Tier 2, all we have to do is cover it with seared stone. Well, I still have some seared stone in here, as it happens. So basically, you just take the CobbleGen, you put it in there, you pour seared stone over it. Takes a little while to pour out 5 blocks, but once you do, it solidifies and it turns into a CobbleGen Tier 2, which produces cobblestone even faster. Now, if we wanted to go up to a Tier 3, it would take us 4 cast iron gears and 2 compressed stone, 2 double compressed stone, and high heat. I don't have high temperature yet, and this is a lot of resources for right now. Eventually we'll do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this cobblestone generator, stick it right there, and then we're going to take this small crate and we're going to stick it on top. And that means that this is slowly going to fill up with cobblestone. We can come by and grab it. We can upgrade this crate later if we want more. And we can take the cobblestone out. We can place it down. We can use our hammer. We can make gravel. We can take the gravel. We can make dirt. We can take the dirt, and I don't want to do it on top of dirt, otherwise I'm going to lean mine the whole thing. And we can make sand. So now we have all the things we need to make grout. Also, we have the ability to make large amounts of gravel and sand to feed into our sluice. So that's good. So I'm going to work on making large amounts of gravel and sand and processing them through our sluice and getting some more resources. Ooh, we already have 2 diamond chunks. We're halfway to a diamond cluster. That's excellent. Let's put this back where it belongs. Feed our gravel back in and our sand, and we will ramp up our pump. We have finished off quite a few quests in here, so I'm going to quick go through the rewards. So we got some more cast iron for doing the cast iron tubes. We got a random reward, just white elevator. That's pretty cool. Glass jar gives us another bucket. Lava gives us silicon. This we're not quite ready to make because we need redstone for it. And then as far as the rest of this chapter, we just need to find a trinket, which will just happen eventually. We need to get to the diamond sluice. Let's go check on our diamonds. We're up to 3, but we need more material to process through our city. So what I'm going to work on next is making an auto hammer. So to complete this task, all we need to do is make an auto hammer. We're going to make the iron one. So we need 2 pieces of gold. We need 2 iron ingots. To make an iron hammer, we need 2 iron ingots, and we need 2 pieces of redstone. I did get that redstone clusters from the quest reward, which is awesome. I have gold. I have more than enough iron. So let's take... I'm actually just going to take all of this gold and process it because we're getting doubled. We will eventually get to the point where we're tripling ores, but I'm okay with getting doubled ores. That's not a problem. So what else was it that we needed? We need to make... We have the glass, so I just have to figure out how to get redstone. So the best way to process redstone clusters. Let's check that out. So redstone clusters, we can get 6 of them from the tempered glass jar. If we do 9 at a time, we get 6 blocks, which is 54. So that's just the same thing, just doing it in bulk. Correct? Because this is 9, yeah. So that'll be this. That's the same conversion. We don't have a crusher, but that still only gives us 6. This is not anything we need right now. A squeezer would give us 8 and a chance at another 4. An enrichment chamber would give us 12. That would mean making metallurgic infuser. We need to get redstone before we get to that, but that's not too far off. All we need to do is get a little bit of RF and get into mechanism. It's probably going to be the next thing we work on, but for now, let's just process a couple of redstone clusters through here. So let's circle up redstone. We need high heat to do the large transformation. So we can do this one. Only need a handful of redstone. So let's just do 2 of these processes. They don't take long. So that's good. And then we should have, after we go grab the gold that we had. Oh, and by the way, if you're processing an item that it's an item becoming another item, you can either put the items in here to have it pull out, or you can have the item in your inventory. So like, for example, if I had the cobblestone here and then I did lava, I could still run it because it would pull a cobblestone out of my inventory. But we could put it in here. And if you noticed, when I ran the redstone, it pulled the redstone cluster out of my inventory and it put the results in the chest. But so let's go. Oh, I'm going to sleep because I don't want to risk having phantoms attack again. That was pretty miserable. Eventually we'll get armor and some weapons and then it won't matter. So let's check in here. So we have 1 block and 3 ingots of gold. So we'll do a block. And once we have all the blocks we need for this smelter, we will probably end up moving some of this stuff out a little bit because this is getting kind of cramped. So that's okay. So that's all the gold. So then to make our auto hammer, we're going to need an iron hammer. I actually want one of those for me too. So then we need to just craft it. We're good to go. I've never used these before, so I don't know how they work. I don't know if they need power. I don't know what kind of power, if they do need power. So we're going to figure it all out together. So let's just put some of this junk in our inventory away. I'll put that away. Some of these extra tools we don't need at the moment. Okay. And then let's just put this down, take a look at it. So if I'm trying to hammer cobblestone, let's grab some cobblestone. It looks like there's an input and an output. So let's put a chest here. And then let's put make another chest. Oops. Oh, so it has it in there, and it's putting the output right into this chest. Doesn't use any power. Well, that's fancy. So the question is, of course, what I want to do is take this. So if I put that under there, it'll feed cobblestone up into here. It'll get pulled into here, and then it'll make gravel. Very nice. Then I could make another setup with another auto hammer, and then that would hammer gravel into dirt, and then another one that would hammer it into sand, and then another one that would go down to dust. So that's pretty fancy. It's not super slow, and it's able to keep up with this cobblestone for now. I think that's pretty nice. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make several of these auto hammers, and then we'll make little cobble works out of this, so we can make a system that will keep some drawers full of with cobblestone and cobblestone and gravel and dirt, sand and dust. So let's see. Let's do 4 drawers. I'd like to do drawers instead of chests here. So we'll just put a drawer there for cobblestone, And then let's break this one. We'll put a drawer there for the hammer. Very interesting. Ooh, Herculean flux storage. Very nice. Question is, I wonder if there's any way to... Oh, I guess, I bet the higher tiers of the hammer go faster then. Yeah, because you use the iron hammer to make the next level. That's very interesting. Okay, well that's definitely something I'm going to have to set up. I think we need to make an area specifically for this. And then that way we can have an area where we can just go and grab the stuff for it. But for now, what I want to do, let's grab this. And we'll grab this. We'll grab this. And we'll grab this. So let's put a drawer over this. And then next to that, we'll put the iron auto hammer. And then next to that, we'll put a drawer. I didn't need to do that, but that's fine. And then let's put the cobblestone in this drawer. And then we can take our cobblestone generator and place it under there. Oh, that's a problem. So it's doing dirt, which doesn't do any good for us. Let's make another hammer. Oh, it's doing dirt because I put gravel in there by mistake. So once it's done doing all the gravel that it pulled in into dirt, it'll start pulling out cobblestone. That's fine, because what I want to process is gravel right now because I'm trying to get diamonds. Wish there was a way to clear the inventory here. I guess if I broke it, it probably would do it, but it only has 3 left. So this is going to take a while for the hopper to fill up, but it'll back stuff eventually. And this hammer will probably, I think it'll make, the hammer takes, let's see. It looks like the hammer goes just a little bit faster than the sluice does. And so we'll end up backstuffing that drawer eventually. So we just have to keep our, as long as we keep this pump running now, we have gravel being processed, which is pretty awesome. So pretty soon we'll be able to upgrade our sluice to a diamond tier sluice, which means we'll be able to create a different type of pump instead of the manual pump to pump water in. And I'm pretty sure the best option we're going to do with that is the electric pump from Mechanism. So once we get just a little bit of power set up, we can have the electric pump water in it for days. So I think at this point, in between episodes, I'll finish off the smeltery. I'll probably rearrange some of this a little bit to make it a little more efficient for us to work around. And in the next episode, I'm going to start working on getting a little bit of RF power going, and then using that RF power to make the first steps into Mechanism, so that we can use Mechanism to pump water. We can also use, eventually Mechanism will do ore tripling, and it will give us a lot of machines at a pretty efficient cost. So I think that'll be the next goal we do, and for now, we'll call it a day for here. We've made plenty of progress. We have ore doubling set up. We have an even faster processing of gravel into materials, which means we're going to slowly start getting diamonds, which is great. And we even have the ability to use our tempered glass jars and our drippers now. So I think we're making some really good progress. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.